Now we're going to take a look at some standing blocks. Again, Ginger's going to help us out and she's going to demo them for us. So we're going to start in downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, we're going to take our right leg up and bring the right foot forward in between the hands, lowering the left knee to the ground. Inhale, come up for low lunge. Now you can keep students in a low lunge for anywhere from a breath to 5 breaths. It's really up to you and how you're pacing your class. We'll then move into a half split, bringing the hands to frame, the right foot. Nice job, and then bend into the right knee, tuck the left toe, step the left foot to meet the right, forward fold. This is one block of flexion in neutral. And from here, inhale, half lift, and then exhale, forward fold. Chair pose, sit nice and low. We're coming into our second block of neutral orientation, flexion. And then all the way to stand, Samastitihi. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And plant the palms and step back with the left foot. Inhaling, crescent lunge. Nice work. Launching out for warrior 3. You got it. Coming in for standing splits. Nice job. Release the left foot to meet the right. So there's 2 neutral blocks that leverage flexion in primary movement. Now from here, we're going to take halfway lift, inhale, and exhale, forward fold. And plant the palms, step back with the right foot this time, lowering the right knee to the ground. Inhale, come up for a low lunge. And then we're going to take an open twist. So you'll notice this is still a neutral block in flexion. We've just added a twist in the thoracic spine. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, release the hands, frame the left foot, straighten the left leg. Nice job. Bend into the left knee, tuck the right toes, standing splits. So I'm adding standing splits to show you that this is a versatile. You don't have to stick with one posture. You can change it up. As long as neutral postures are coming together, it's fine. Release the right foot to meet the left. Chair pose. Second block, neutral orientation. Shifting weight into your left foot. Draw your right knee into the chest for one-legged Tadasana. Kick the right leg back for warrior 3. Hands touch to the earth, float the right toes back. We're coming in for crescent lunge. Beautiful. Release the hands. Step back, downward dog. So we gave you 4 different neutral blocks there. And I interchanged different postures to show you how easy it was to sort of pick 2 or 3 postures and put them together. We also saw some transitions there. We saw forward fold and chair pose as transitions. Now we're going to come into external rotation in flexion. Inhaling, right leg raises. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Coming up for warrior 2. And then flip the right palm, reverse your warrior. And come in for extended side angle. Inhale, come up and reverse. And straighten the right leg for Trikonasana. We're only going to be here a breath. Beautiful. Bend into the right knee. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Windmill the hands to the ground and pause. Lift the back heel. Now this is important. This is a transition in and of itself because I transitioned from an external rotation to neutral. So we literally transitioned from external rotation to neutral, but you'll notice we did that with all 4 limbs on the ground, distributing the weight between all 4 limbs. So one leg isn't bearing the brunt of all of the load here, right? Now I can come into standing splits if I want, and release into a forward fold. Nice. Right, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the palms, step back with the right foot, coming in for warrior 2, second side. Flip the left palm and reverse your warrior. Windmill the hands down to the inside of the left foot. Walk it to the right for wide-angled forward fold. Now, wide-angled forward fold is still an opportunity for neutral orientation and flexion. There's just a difference in the space between the feet. But as you'll notice, her feet are forward. So this is not external rotation. This is a transition that we can use to move around the mat. And it's a transition that lends itself very well to external rotation blocks. Turn your right toes to the back of the mat. Bend your right knee, Skandasana. This is another transition that helps us to move around the mat, but also helps us to get deep into external rotation flexion and helps us to even get into a little bit of extension in the left leg. So we're going to bring the hands down. We're going to come back around to the top of the mat to a lunge and then come up for warrior 2 again. And then we're going to launch into half moon. Now you'll notice here she's in external rotation. I do not want her to go from external rotation to neutral on a weight-bearing leg because it's not good for her hip socket. So I'm going to ask her to come back to warrior 2, reverse your warrior, windmill the hands down, back heel lifts, pelvis resets, step the right foot to meet the left. I could also have her do standing splits at this point because her pelvis has been reset. We never want to go from warrior to external rotation, half moon external rotation, to then standing splits without having a transition to reset the pelvis. Thank you, Ginger. As you can see, there are many different options for blocks in neutral flexion and blocks in external rotation flexion. This is primarily what you're going to be working with when you're working with standing asanas. It's very rare to see extension in the base of a standing posture outside of Tadasana. So typically I tell students to focus on external rotation in neutral and external rotation in flexion. And those 2 buckets are going to be the buckets that you draw from most frequently when you are trying to create little blocks to put together. The transitions that we saw here are transitions that will help you move from neutral to external rotation without putting any unnecessary stress on the pelvic girdle. I hope you found this video helpful.